Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Western Association for College Admissions Counseling College Fair. We are so excited that you have decided to participate in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Stephanie, and I will be your facilitator this evening. Before we get started, just a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time throughout this fair this evening. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/WACAC. I would now like to turn it over to our first presenter, Rutgers University.
Hi all, I'm Sue Chapman with Rutgers. I'm really pleased to have a chance to speak with you tonight. Welcome. What I'd like to do now is to share my screen with you. And we'll begin. Sorry, a little slow in the uptake today. Starting out the season is interesting sometimes. Getting used to Zooming again. Anyway, welcome again. I'm Sue Chapman with Rutgers. Thanks so much for being here. I'm the regional recruiter for Northern California. So Rutgers is a large public university located on the East Coast. We're known primarily for anything in the health sciences, business, or engineering, although we do have over 100 majors. We're the 8th oldest university in the United States. We were founded in 1766. So I spoke of us being on the East Coast. So just to drill down a little bit about what that means, New York City is about 45 minutes away by train. Newark Airport, which is the closest airport to us, is located along that train line on the way to New York City. It's roughly 30 minutes from our campus by train. Drilling down yet one more level to talk about our campus in terms of its layout. So it's a large physical plant, if you will. It's about 7 square miles if you look at what all the campus territory is. We're divided into 5 smaller neighborhoods, which you see labeled here. Each of these neighborhoods has academic buildings and residence life. So in a sense, when you're a student attending Rutgers and living in one of these neighborhoods, it's a little bit like attending a smaller university of 5,000 to 6,000 students, because you'll do the majority of your coursework and your sort of clubs and social interaction right there on the campus neighborhood that you live in. But do be aware that over the course of your 4 years with Rutgers, you will be all over our campus at one point or another. We do have a bus system to help get you around swiftly and safely. So a little bit about student life. Again, 37,000 undergraduates. We are part of the Big Ten Athletic Conference, and we are the most diverse university in that conference of 14 universities. We have over 80 fraternities and sororities. If Greek life is interesting to you, know that about 12% of our students participate. So it's by no means a thing or an expected to do of you. However, if that's interesting, it's a terrific way to make friends and get involved on campus. And if that's not your cup of tea, we have plenty of other avenues. We have over 500 different clubs, sports, and activities, including philanthropic opportunities like the ones you see listed here. So freshmen at Rutgers enter one of 7 different schools, which you see illustrated here with the 7 pennants. The largest school is the School of Arts and Sciences, containing about 2/3 of our majors and 2/3 of our students. We have several different professional schools, which are the School of Pharmacy, Engineering, Business, and Nursing. Each of these schools will have a slightly more selective profile, if you will. And our smallest school is the Mason Gross School of the Arts. This is a conservatory of about 750 or 800 students who are focused on becoming professional actors, dancers, musicians, and such. A little bit about the learning experience at Rutgers. We have a 16:1 student faculty ratio. That means, for us at least, that undergraduate students have an opportunity to do original research with professors. So it's not just something that's available to graduate students and PhD candidates. 93% of our freshmen return sophomore year. We look at that as a very nice illustration of student happiness. And in terms of the end game of what happens to you as a result of the Rutgers experience, know that we take good care of you in terms of our career placement activities. Over 650 different employers visit our campus every year. That's part of why the access to New York City is really so important to our identity. We also have some great mentoring programs. For example, the Road to Wall Street program, of great interest to the business students at Rutgers. A little bit quickly about how to apply. Please be sure to apply by December 1st so that we can be sure that you're eligible for merit scholarships and honors opportunities. Rutgers is test optional for fall 2022 admission. We're still thinking about what that's going to look like for fall 2023. So know that we are perfectly capable of evaluating your application holistically if you don't include test scores. Should you include test scores, however, because you feel like they're going to be helpful to you, know that we will look at them as part of the evaluation for your admission and for potential scholarship. And that's really about a wrap for me. This is my contact information, my email address, and a few quick links for you regarding visiting campus and such. Thank you so much, and we're on to the next presenter. Have a good evening.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Rutgers. And up next, we have Seton Hall University.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Lisa Hansen, and I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions for the West Coast region for Seton Hall University. So if you're not familiar with Seton Hall, we are neighbors with Rutgers, actually. We are in New Jersey as well. We're just outside of New York City in beautiful South Orange, New Jersey, which is essentially a village just located 14 miles from New York City. So we kind of think it's the best of both worlds. If you don't want to live right in the city, you have a nice village, suburban atmosphere. New York City's in your backyard. So it's only a 30-minute commute or train ride, subway ride into Manhattan from our campus. The train station is literally only a 10-minute walk away from our campus at Seton Hall. We are also conveniently located to the Newark Airport, just 20 minutes from our campus. So that is where a lot of our families fly into. However, you can use JFK and LaGuardia as well to get to us. We're also only an hour from Philly. So if you want to explore some history in the nation's historic area of Philly, it's always fun to go there. Mountains and beaches are close by as well. So Seton Hall is considered a mid-sized university. We're just over 6,000 undergraduate students. Of those, we have a 45% diversity rate. So very diverse for a school of our size. We also have a student to teacher ratio of 14:1. So your teachers, your faculty are not only just teachers, they're actually your mentors, they're your friends. They actually want to see you get off to a great start in your internships and career opportunities. We offer over 90 different majors and programs in the schools and colleges listed here on this slide. And some of the ones that our students on the West Coast are more attracted to, or most attracted to, I should say, include our School of Communication and the Arts. Access to New York City is key at Seton Hall. So many of our students will intern with all the major TV networks, radio stations, and also newspaper publications. School of Education and Human Services, also very popular. We also offer a lot of health profession opportunities, direct entry nursing, as well as dual degree programs with physician assistant, physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech and language pathology. We have a great nursing program as well, direct entry. School of Diplomacy and International Relations is also quite popular because we have an exclusive alliance with the United Nations of America. So our students typically will do internships with the United Nations. They can also get an internship and work with the FBI, the CIA, the Secret Service, USAID, all sorts of public service organizations and in the private sector as well. Our Stillman School of Business is top ranked for our business leadership program. I'll get to that in a second. And then our School of Law is also highly acclaimed, currently ranked number 16 in the nation. So our business leadership program, I mentioned that it's been number 1 in the country for the past 5 years in a row. In this program, we offer a lot of mentorship and internships with top leaders in the industry in which you're interested. We also have a mock trading room, an entrepreneurial center, a market research center, and a sports polling center where our students work directly with ESPN to conduct sports polls. We are ranked number 4 in the nation for internship opportunities. So this is really key to us. Outcomes is really important to Seton Hall. Our students, on average, over 80% complete between 3 to 5 internships before they graduate. So they are very well employed. We're among the top 25 top paid graduates in the nation. And our mid-career earnings for our students, 50% higher than the national average. Again, great opportunities for health professions. Unique dual degree programs. These include a new partnership that we have with the Stevens Institute of Technology. In this, students can get an undergraduate, a bachelor's of science in either physics or chemistry, and go on to get their master's degree in engineering in just 5 years. So it's a BS to MS degree. Then we also offer dual law programs with the Seton Hall Law School. In this program, students study usually 6 years, a 3+3 program. They can choose between undergraduate programs in business, political science, diplomacy and international relations, religion, or social work. School of Health and Medical Sciences. Again, I mentioned our health profession programs. So we offer 3+3 or 6-year degree programs for physician assistant, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech and language pathology, and a 5-year program for athletic training. Lastly, we also have a joint MD program. So this is a BS to MD program. We have our own medical school at Seton Hall. This is either a 4+3 or 7-year program, can go to an 8-year program as well. So internships, this is just a small sampling of the internships where our students have gone on to get jobs and or interned at. You can see here some of the great companies they've worked for. Sports management is a big option at Seton Hall. So our students have worked for many professional sports affiliates. You can see here on this screen. Also, in our area of New Jersey, there are quite a few pharmaceutical companies. So our students have access to internships as well as research opportunities as early as their freshman year with companies like Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Merck, and some of the other ones located there. And then lastly, Seton Hall has a lot of fun. So our students are very active on campus. It's a real community-oriented campus, and students get very involved. So we have over 150 different clubs and organizations. We're part of the Big East Conference, 14 Division I athletic teams, intramural and club sports. And don't forget, we're only 14 miles from New York City. So our students are enjoying Broadway shows regularly, as well as a lot of other things. I look forward to helping you with questions. And now I'm going to turn it back over to our facilitator.
Stephanie, you're muted.
Whoops. I think we've all done that at one point. All right. I think it looks like Binghamton might be running a little bit late. So let's go to Hofstra.
Sounds great. Thank you all. Let's just start sharing. So good afternoon, good early evening. My name is Jane Larocco and I work at Hofstra University. I'm the person in the office that works with students from Southern California as well as Nevada. And my colleague Christine Niemeyer works with students from Northern California. So we share that state. I do live in New York, although right at the moment I happen to be in Phoenix, Arizona, where it's a mere 110 degrees today. So welcome to my world. So a little bit more about Hofstra. We are located in New York, the first of this grouping from New York. We are located 25 miles east of New York City. So we're in a very suburban residential environment. We have a 240-acre campus that is also a registered arboretum. So it's very green and park-like, yet in 25 miles or 40 minutes on the train, you can certainly be in nearby New York City. We too are about our campus, although 25 miles from New York City, is about 15 miles from John F. Kennedy Airport. So if you think of JFK as being the midpoint between Hofstra and New York City, you wouldn't be wrong in thinking that. So we we are considered to be a medium-sized university. Our undergraduate population is approximately 6,100 students. Hofstra also has robust graduate and PhD programs, as well as our own School of Law, as well as our own Zucker School of Medicine. So if you add every single Hofstra student together, we are a campus community of approximately 12,000. Puts us right in that medium-sized category. I often feel like Goldilocks. We're not too big, we're not too small. We're kind of just right there in the middle. Even though we are medium-sized, one of the hallmarks of a Hofstra education is our small class size. So as you can see, average class size at the university is approximately 21 students. Classes are never any larger than 35 students. All classes at the university are taught by faculty members, meaning we do not use teaching assistants or graduate assistants in our classes. And at the undergraduate level, we offer approximately 165 different majors. Anything that you see as a major can also be a minor, so that you have lots of opportunities to mix and match. Our majors fall within different colleges or schools within the university, similar to my colleagues that have spoken before, so that you understand that Hofstra is kind of the umbrella. Beneath that are the different schools or colleges that comprise the university. Something unique to note about Hofstra is that when we are making admissions decisions, we do not admit students by program, meaning that the entrance requirements are the same for all students. If you are admitted to the university, then you yourself can choose whatever major, whatever school it is that you're most interested in. And this slide is not meant to give you eye strain, but rather to show you sort of the diversity of different kinds of programs and majors that we offer at Hofstra from A to Z. In terms of the three most popular majors on campus, they would be biology, followed by accounting, and then film. So a little bit more about sort of the social side of the university. We're firm believers in Hofstra that there should be a balance between your life inside the classroom as well as your life outside of the classroom. So certainly our students are doers. They like being involved. They like sharing their passions with other like-minded students. So for that reason, there are more than 220 different student-run clubs and organizations. Some might be related to an academic area of interest. Some might be related to things in music or athletics. We also certainly offer a school newspaper, student government, and things of that ilk. Many students will continue with things that they've begun in high school that they found that they enjoy, as well as use college as an opportunity to try out new and different kinds of clubs and organizations. Many of our students are highly involved in volunteer work within our local community, as well as participation in alternative spring break opportunities during the month of March. We are a Division I institution, and we offer 21 Division I athletics. Our athletic teams are known as the Hofstra Pride, and our two mascots are two lions, one by the name of Kate, the other by the name of Willie. For those of you that know, a grouping of lions is known as a pride. That's how our Hofstra athletic teams get the name, the Hofstra Pride. And behind my head is the athletics logo. So at Hofstra, 60% of our students come from outside of the state of New York, and about 82% of our students choose to reside on campus. So we are very much a residentially based campus community. We have housing that is guaranteed for all 4 years. So if a student would like to live in our residence halls for all 4 years, you certainly have the opportunity to do so. And a little bit about our application process. As you can see, we offer both early action as well as regular decision. Hofstra has been a test optional institution since way back in 2014. So you have the option of being a test sending or a test optional applicant to the university. And lastly, here is my contact information. Feel free to take a photo or a screenshot, so that way you'll have that for later on at your fingertips. And now I'll turn things back over to Stephanie so she can introduce our next presenter. Thanks so very much.
Awesome. Thank you, Jane. Up next, we have Pace University.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica Drennan. I'm an undergraduate admission counselor at Pace University. Pace is a 4-year private university located in New York. We do have 2 campuses. We have our New York City campus and we have our Westchester County campus. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later on. But here at Pace, we have something that we like to call your Pace Path. It's sort of like every student's individualized roadmap. It's how we combine your academic growth with your personal growth and your professional growth. So every student, when they first come to PACE, is required to take a class called University 101. And in University 101, they ask you questions such as, do you want to study abroad? How many internships do you want to do? Do you want to add a second major? And they ask you all these questions so that you can start planning out your time at PACE while keeping your eye on the prize, which is to graduate in 4 years. So your PACE path might include research experiences, study abroad, volunteer opportunities, and definitely meeting with career services to find internships. We have 6 schools within Pace University. Your average classroom size, no matter what program or major you choose, is about 20 students in a classroom, so fairly small classroom sizes. You get a lot of one-on-one time with your professor. You're never sitting in a huge lecture hall with 300 students. For the most part, the majors overlap between campuses, but there are some that are specific to campus. So for example, our nursing program is a direct admit program, and it's only offered on our Westchester campus. And then our School of Performing Arts is only offered on the New York City campus. We do have more than 100 undergraduate majors, so plenty of different majors to choose from. And we also have more than 35 combined degrees, which is a great way to save a year of time and money if you want to go on and get your master's or go to graduate school. 90% of PACE undergraduates are employed or are continuing their education within 6 months of their graduation. And now a little bit more about the 2 campuses. So PACE is a small to medium-sized school. We have about 6,000 undergraduate students on the New York City campus and about 3,000 on the Westchester campus. So the New York City campus is in downtown Manhattan, right in the financial district of New York City. We are about a block away from the Brooklyn Bridge. We are across the street from City Hall, about a 5-minute walk away from Wall Street, and just a couple blocks away from the One World Trade Center. Something cool about the New York City campus is a lot of city schools are spread out, but PACE is not. Everything is within a 5-block radius of each other, so you never have to take the subway to get to class. Everything is right there in walking distance. We do also have 4 residence halls within that 5-block radius on the New York City campus. Housing is guaranteed all 4 years, as long as you submit your deposit before May 1st, but it's also never required. So you can live on campus or off campus. That is completely up to you. Our other campus is located in Westchester County, New York. This is located 45 minutes north of the New York City campus. You do get the best of both worlds with this campus because you have easy access into New York City, but this is our more traditional college campus in a suburban area. This is home to our 200 acres, our environmental center, our choke pond, and also home to our Division II athletics. So if you are interested in playing a sport, you would be on our Westchester campus. When you apply, we are on the Common App as well as we have our own Pace University application. If you're already doing the Common App and that's easier for you, then go right ahead and do that. The average GPA for an incoming student is a 3.3. And then we are test optional, so we do not require SAT or ACT scores. You will still be considered for merit scholarship, and you will still be considered for our honors college. These are some important deadlines for anyone who is a senior. We do have early decision, which is binding if you are 100% ready to commit to PACE. And then we have early action, which is non-binding if you want to get your decision back a little bit earlier. And then if any students are interested in our School of Performing Arts, you need to submit your academic application by December 15th. And then you need to submit an online pre-screen by January 15th. I also recommend submitting the FAFSA, which is how you can apply for financial aid, before November 15th, because if you submit the FAFSA that early, you will get a renewable $1,000 scholarship from PACE every single year just for filling out that FAFSA. $26,000 is the average amount of aid that was given to first-year students last year. When you apply, you're automatically considered for merit scholarship. So you don't have to do anything extra. All you do is apply and you have that automatic consideration. And then, like I mentioned, you can also apply for financial aid by submitting the FAFSA. And this is my contact information. So if you have any questions, my name again is Jessica. My email is jdrennan2@pace.edu. Feel free to take a picture of this screen. I'll also put my contact information in the chat, but now I will hand it back over to our facilitator, Stephanie.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jessica. Marist College.
Okay, well, thank you so very much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Corinne Schell, and I am Director of West Coast Admission at Marist College. Marist College is also located in New York. We are about an hour and a half north of New York City, but we're a mile from the train station, which enables our students to get down to Manhattan to take advantage of internship programs that are plentiful at Marist. The picture that you're looking at right now is a picture of our campus from the Hudson River. I actually call it the Academic Country Club. It's an absolutely gorgeous campus with very strong academics, as well as a wonderful environment for socialization as students participate in clubs and intramurals and all different types of organizations on campus. We are considered residential, so our students are very active and involved in all types of college activities that are offered both off campus and on campus. And then just a little bit of background information. We are the Marist Red Foxes, which is our mascot. And we have a little over 5,100 undergraduate students. So like many of my colleagues today, not too big, not too small, very difficult to get lost in the crowd or fall between the cracks, and a lot of academic resources available for our students. The maximum class size you will have is also 35. We do not have teaching assistant lecture halls. All of our classes are taught by faculty. We do offer well over 40 different majors for our students. And one of the most popular majors for an incoming freshman is undecided. You have up until the end of the second semester of sophomore year to determine what it is that you would really like to study. Our students are represented from 47 different states and 64 different countries. The picture that you're looking at in the background, excuse me, is of one of our boathouses located on the Hudson River. So yes, we do row crew. Here's a listing of the different majors that we offer for our students. Very popular is business administration with concentrations in human resource management, international business and marketing, as well as finance. And we do have an active investment center on campus where our students are trading on Wall Street Monday through Friday with real money. Also communications, everything from advertising, public relations, sports communication. So imagine what it's like to be in front of the camera, behind the camera at ESPN, or learn what it's like to run the Yankee organization. But our students in sports communication have a lot of different opportunities for them, both in internships as well as employment. Computer science, 90% of our students have jobs before they even enter their senior year. We offer cybersecurity, information systems, information technology, internship opportunities with Google, Microsoft, Goldman Sachs, IBM. We also have fashion design, fashion merchandising. I tell students the great thing about those programs is not only the chance to do internships at Salvatore Ferragamo, Gucci, Prada, Scotta, Kate Spade, Michael Kors, Betsey Johnson, travel to Paris, London, or to our campus in Florence, Italy, but you're getting a college degree. You're not just taking fashion classes. Another very popular major at Marist is our media studies, film and television. Again, New York City is not too far, and students will do internships at some of the major networks down there as well. Student success, 98% of our students upon graduation are either employed in grad school within 6 months. And I do attribute quite a bit of that success to the fact that our students have an opportunity to do those internships. The internships can range anywhere from 0, 3, 6, 9 credits. Depending on the number of credits will determine the amount of time that you spend there. But the typical student will do at least the 6 credit internship. And you can do more than one. You can do 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever works and fits into your schedule. We talk a lot about the Florence campus because it is a Marist campus. We do offer a freshman program over there. We do offer a bachelor's degree program there as well. fully furnished apartments and dorms, cooking class, and your schedule is arranged so that you have a majority of Fridays off, which enable you to travel. And also all classes are taught in English. Study abroad, more than half of our students will study abroad at some point during their college career to well over 70 different destinations around the world. And some will do even more than one. As mentioned, we are a Division I school for sports. We have 23 varsity, 12 women, 11 men. We have 16 club sports, everything from ice hockey, equestrian, men's and women's rugby, men's volleyball, as well as cheerleading. And our intramural program is also very popular, as well as over 80 different clubs and organizations for students to become involved with. Residential housing, this building right here, that's one of 4 new accommodations for our upper class student. Those are suite style. And as I mentioned before, we are the academic country club, and if you stepped foot on campus, you'd understand why 90% of our students who want to live on campus do. These are also single bedrooms, as well as a majority of our townhouses. All students accepted are considered for scholarship if you're eligible as part of your acceptance letter. Merit-based scholarships. We also have several special program scholarships from music, which is broken out into choral, instrumental, theater, debate. We are part of Army ROTC, as we are not that far from West Point, and we only require the FAFSA. Ways to apply: the Common App and the Marist application. And then here to visit us, we do offer in-person visits, self-guided tours, virtual programs, and then we are open. So if you want to come to the campus, you are more than welcome to. My contact information is in the chat box. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. And we're also test optional, which we've been for over 11 years now. So for us, it's really nothing new. And here's my contact information. Again, any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I appreciate it, and thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Corinne. And our final institution this evening will be Binghamton University.
Hi, everyone. I'm so sorry. I'm on Central Time and I kept thinking I was still in New York on Pacific Time. I'm traveling, so I apologize. I'm just bringing up the PowerPoint now because I just got in here, so just bear with me. I can kind of start while let's see here. Okay. Just quickly, I'll start just for the sake of time. Binghamton is located in New York. We are we are among the largest university system in the country. So we're one of 64 state schools in New York, but we are #1. So we're #1 academically, and we're kind of known or regarded most notably as the public Ivy of the Northeast. So we're really proud of that. Binghamton is, we have 6 schools. So we're most notably known for our STEM programs. We're #1 in sustainability research. But we do have 6 inter-schools. We have our Harper College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. That's about 80% of our student population. I'm still waiting for my download for my PowerPoint. I'm so sorry. But that's about 80% of our student population from, just as it says, the arts, cinema, theater, art and design, all of the languages, the Romance languages, as well as the hard sciences, the social sciences. And then that's also where our pre-law and pre-med tracks are housed. We also have our School of Management, our SOM as we call it. We love acronyms at Binghamton. That is 2 programs. It's our business and accounting program. So business administration with 8 concentrations to choose from, as well as accounting. We are the #1 recruited business school for business and accounting students by top firms in New York City. So really proud of that. Placement is phenomenal out of School of Management. And usually those students sign on the dotted line their junior year. Still waiting here. Swing it. Our next school is our Watson School of Engineering. That's it's engineering, so we have 5 different programs you can choose from electrical, mechanical, biomedical is a big one at Binghamton, as well as computer science. Again, placement is phenomenal out of Watson. We have beautiful facilities on campus for those students. What they do is beyond me. So that's also a great program at Binghamton, a very popular program at Binghamton. Is it ready? No. still not ready. I don't know if this is going to work. I might just be talking. And then we have our Decker School of Nursing, which is strictly for nursing students that can go as far as they want in nursing and getting their NP. It's a direct entry program, so there's no additional application process attached to that. Once you're admitted into our nursing school, you're going to stay in there as long as you obviously adhere to our GPA requirements, or minimum GPA requirements of the university. Then we have our College of Community and Public Affairs, and this is for students interested in public sector work, healthcare, nonprofit organizations. So we have human development and social work as two programs there that are becoming really popular. We also have a lot of over 50 accelerated tracks that our students like to pursue, and definitely are known for students that kind of shape their program. So we have a lot of students that major and minor. We have a lot of students that double major. So it's a way for you to really make your academic path unique, and it turns into a really niche professional setting, which is really nice. Quickly, our honors programs. Binghamton is known most notably for, obviously our academics are really high quality students. So we have some great honors programs. Most probably appropriate to talk about is our first year research immersion program. That program is for STEM students. It's one of 4 in the country. It's the only one offered in the Northeast. And it's a great program to kind of immerse students in research, immerse them in Binghamton's extensive research community. And it's just a great honor to do so. And then we also have our source project. It's pretty similar to FRI, but it's for students that are interested in the social sciences. So there we kind of like to cover all ground there. So in addition to that, we are among the largest abroad network in the country. Binghamton, if you come to Binghamton, you not only have access to our programs at Binghamton University, but all of the other SUNY schools programs. So it's over 1,000 programs. So study abroad, over, I would say 30% of our student population takes advantage of that. So we really try to enforce that global perspective. And we think that helps with our placement and certainly outcomes. Internships are a big part of Binghamton. We have an award-winning career and placement center on campus called the Fleischman Center. They do a lot of great work with our students, prior to placement and during that process. They do mock interviews. They help with resume and cover letters, obviously. And obviously internships and those kind of practical experiences are a big part of our outcomes and placement for our students as well. We have great programs for service learning. We can do service learning for credit. We have a Center for Civic Engagement on campus that's utilized quite a bit by our students. And again, you can take courses for credit and kind of help certain populations and, special interests work in the Binghamton community. The off-campus community loves our students. So that's great as well. So there's a lot of great opportunities. Binghamton's kind of getting that Ivy experience at a public school price. In terms of, entry, we're pretty competitive. I would say that our mid 50% ranges for in-state students is about a 93 for a GPA, 93 to a 98. SAT, we're looking at a mid 50% of about 1,300 to 1,420, and ACT component of a 29 to a 32. Again, those are just ranges. There's students that fall under and above, obviously, but it's a nice benchmark for students and parents and counselors to kind of have. But in addition, we will be test optional this next year. SUNY finally announced that for us. So we are going to be test optional. So students have the choice to, if they're within our ranges, to submit or not submit. And we can walk them through that process, certainly. I don't know where I'm at for times. So also in addition, to get a hold of us, we are hosting on-campus tours still, or we've continued that process or begun that again. So we have opened up our formal visit program on campus. Students are welcome to come. We're really excited to have students and families back after the pandemic year. So we definitely have that option. We also have some great virtual options still for just to suit everybody's comfort level. So students are able and families are able to go onto our website and look at our admissions homepage and do some virtual tours and virtual webinars. So there's a lot of great ways to get a hold of us. And I'll put our information in the chat. Thank you for bearing with me. This was really chaotic for me and I was really embarrassed. So I really appreciate everybody working with me here, and I hope you got some good information, and I'll put my info in the chat.
Awesome. Wonderful job, Stephanie. We're happy you were able to join. All right, we have just a few minutes, looks like about 5-6 minutes left. So I am going to share my screen again. Okay, that was the schedule for this evening. Okay, We're going to go through maybe one set of questions, and we'll go in the order that our presenters presented. So some final thoughts, if everyone could just share, what is one thing that you would like students to remember about your school?
So what I'd most like students to remember about Rutgers is that it's a place of unparalleled opportunity. There are just so many potential ways to invest your time and energy, be those academic or social or political or whatever it is that you want to do. I think I wish I'd had those kind of choices that when I was going to college. I think it's very exciting. So that would be my pick.
All right. And so for Seton Hall, I would say similarly, I think one of the things we're so focused on is your outcomes, and the internship opportunities, again, are key. The other big thing I want you to remember, team spirit of our Pirates. And then we have been voted the most festive university at Christmas time. So if you love to celebrate Christmas, you'll like Seton Hall.
Hey there, the one thing probably I would encourage you to remember about Hofstra is that we are a medium-sized institution, but with a small school feel and all the things that come along with that.
At Pace, I would, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go.
I would want you to remember that at Pace, we really encourage hands-on learning. We push you to have those immersive experiences, whether it's right in your classrooms or getting you those internships. Being where we are in New York, there's no shortage of those companies looking for those young new interns. So you could build up your experience while you're still a student.
And I have to say, for Marist College, I've been actually at Marist for 37 years and am a graduate. My husband's son, daughter, sister, niece, nephew, twin nieces. So needless to say, I'm a little passionate about Marist and all that it has to offer our students. But the biggest takeaway is the community, the Marist community, of just a wonderful, wonderful group of faculty and staff and exceptional students. And I do find that when students step foot on campus or visitors, the one thing that the first reaction is, wow. Not only is it an absolutely beautiful campus, but the kids are great. So that's my takeaway.
I believe I'm next. So I'm also an alum of Binghamton. I love Binghamton. And I think we always like to stress when we're talking about takeaways from Binghamton is the value. You're really not going to get a better value in the Northeast. We do offer intrinsically that value, giving you that kind of Ivy experience. And we've been measured on all Ivy components, but doing so at a public school price, and cost is always a concern. And your four-year degree is not going to be your terminal degree many times anymore. So many students are going to go on to master programs and doctoral programs. That's a valid concern. And in terms of resources on campus, impact opportunities on campus, certainly most importantly, outcomes and placement of our students, our retention rate of 92%, all of those factors come into play. And we're really proud that we can offer students that at a great value.
Wonderful. Thank you so much to everybody for joining us this evening. Attendees, when you close this window, there will be a link to a very, very quick 5-question survey, and we would greatly appreciate any feedback that you can provide for us. We also encourage you to check back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions. You'll be able to find this specific session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/WACAC. And thank you one more time, presenters, students, everyone, for joining this evening. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Talk to you later. Bye.